Bailiff, please read the facts of the case.
Yes, sir. The offense in this case is disruption. This is the student referral by Mr. Thompson. Reason referral, verbal assault, and foul language. Reported by Mr. Thompson. Frequency of referrals. This is first offense. Location was in the classroom. Second floor, Seaside. This is the description of problem by referring person. Tevin Moulton threw a juice at a student. The student confronted Tevin, and Tevin verbally assaulted the student. Then I asked Tevin to leave. He then verbally assaulted me, and he walked out of the class. All right, this is the respondent statement of fact. It says, I walked into Mr. Thompson's room on time. This happened after lunch. I was very angry in Mr. Thompson's class with what happened at lunch. At lunch, another student verbally assaulted me to the point where I became very enraged. I told him to leave me alone. Instead, he threatened to throw a juice at me. He punched me, and I ran out of the lunchroom. I took my juice in the classroom and waited for him to show up. He showed up, and I threw the juice at him. Mr. Thompson became infuriated and told me to leave the classroom. I tried to explain myself, but I was so angry, I was yelling, and then I stomped out.
This time, will the youth advocate please come with the opening statement?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Jamar Saunders, Mr. Moulton's youth advocate. Mr. Moulton was verbally assaulted and threatened by one of his peers. Then was assaulted again, physically. His peer ran out the cafeteria, but Tevin did not follow him. He made the right choice there. But when he made his mistake was in Mr. Thompson's class, when he threw a juice at his peer. Mr. Moulton did not know how to control his emotion, and off anger and impulse, the juice was thrown. When confronted by his teacher, Mr. Thompson, he reacted wrong. Then he stormed out the classroom. Mr. Moulton was in a tough situation. He did not know the right thing to do. To remind you, this was his first offense. Please ask effective questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Saunders. Mr. Moulton, is there anything you would like to say before the jury begins questioning?
Yes, Your Honor. I would have to say what happened that day. It was more like a buildup of aggression over past weeks and months of other students, and even this student, constantly verbally assaulting me, like abusing me, like punching on me. And that's what drove me to commit this act.